Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're so excited to be here with you. Our quote of the week today is: do you ever really feel ready to start? It's not really a feeling, it's a decision.
Welcome to our channel, Bringing Clarity for You. I'm Bonnie, experienced mentor.
And I'm Kathleen, life coach and health coach, and owner of Sure to Inspire Coaching.
And here we go, another fabulous quote from Kathleen.
That one. When I read it, I thought,
Yeah,
oh my God, I just love it.
yeah, it is true. It's like you got to make the decision and then do it.
Yeah, because I think if you just run off of feelings, those are just hit and miss, right? And a decision to, dive in and plan ahead and be prepared to make something happen has to be a decision to put action together to reach a goal. So a feeling, man, those just come and go.
Right. And I think when you make the decision, you're going to be like, okay, now I'm going to take the action steps.
Yep.
There's more motivation.
Yeah. Well, they're just more it's solid, right? I
Yeah.
think feelings are just so airy. They just come and go.
Some of them stick there for hours, especially when you're upset, right?
That's that's a whole different quote.
Exactly. All right, what are we gonna talk about today?
I think as we approach the holidays, we were thinking about talking about how do you manage food at the office?
Ah, that's a good one. Yes.
Sort
It
of like
can
a
be
danger
trying.
zone, I remember.
Yeah, and it can be trying. Very
Yeah,
trying on you.
right. 'Cause holidays at the office can last from Halloween to Thanksgiving to Christmas, and the whole month of Christmas is, vendors are sending in food, people are bringing in food, then the office, celebration luncheon, and it
Oh,
like never
yeah.
stops from Halloween.
Okay, so our first item to talk about is peer pressure. It's real.
Yeah.
It
Our
really
first
is.
tip is, how do you manage peer pressure?
Yep. Uh, well, currently, people come by and be like, "Oh, um, Mindy just made some homemade pumpkin bread. It's in the kitchen." And I'm like, "Okay, thanks." I've got to the point where I say, "Okay, thanks," and then I don't go in the conference room or kitchen, whatever it is,
Yeah, that's a safe item to do, right? Stay out of the danger zone,
right? But it's taken years to get to that point. It didn't
right?
happen overnight. I used to go in there and have a slice.
Well, peer pressure could, come across as being negative or positive, and I like your reaction. Okay, thanks.
Yeah,
Right? So that sort of rolled with the idea of, oh, this is something fun and exciting, but at the same time, it's like, okay, thanks. Uh, that's not really what I want to do personally, so I'm gonna head back to my desk.
right, right. Because if I go in and I see it, then it's really up another level of trying to say no.
Right.
Plus, I used to, the big muffins.
Yep.
Well, the big muffins, especially the poppy seed, or I used to go in and just take the top off, the muffin top, and just eat that, thinking, "Oh, I'm only eating half of it," and leave the rest there. But then the office got upset that they're only half. "Who's taking the muffin top? Who's doing that?" And I was like, "It's me."
Oh boy, you owned
Y
it.
Yeah, I owned it, and people got upset about that. Either take the whole thing, but don't take, and I was like, I was saving the other part for somebody else. So they weren't happy about it, so then I start slicing it in half.
Oh, that's an idea.
It got me to where I got to eat not the muffin at all, but I don't like the bottom top, I like the muffin top, that's the best, right? But they're too upset, so I've just stopped eating them.
That's probably the best. So what about peer pressure when you're seeing so many of your coworkers standing around with a plate full of something?
Oh gosh, what do you do?
It's a mindset. I think when the holidays come and you just recognize there's days and days of food and so much, there just has to be a limit. So I guess planning ahead, having that mindset of what I'm going to enjoy and what I'm going to pass on.
Yeah. And if the pressure gets too much, especially like if you're all gathered around the table, I'll just say, okay. And I take a little bit on my plate and I have this thing, I smush it down and I
Oh,
just keep smushing it down so it just looks flat, like it's over the plate a lot.
looks
And
very undesirable, is what I'm hearing.
yep, undesirable. And I've taken a slice so people think I've joined. I mean, it's like, why do we have to do it? But the pressure gets overwhelming.
Yeah. Well, and I think those who feel like the holidays is all about food, they just
Yeah.
want it. They feel it brings joy and, conversations and it takes away that negativity of workplace that it's constant. But in the end, it's just way too much. So again,
Yeah.
I think managing and having a plan for yourself, removing yourself from the area if need be, or linger around those who think the same way you do and just have conversations minus having the food on your
Yeah.
plate.
And come up with some plan or trick. I think, "Oh, I'm just gonna put a little bit on the plate," but then I don't eat it.
Yeah, move it around and then hold the plate and just continue talking,
Yeah,
right?
but our suggestion is you gotta have some kind of plan
Absolutely. How
on it.
about tip number 2? Know yourself.
Yes. Know yourself.
Know your
That's
triggers.
yeah. And know your body type.
Yeah,
You just go get your physical and your cholesterol levels up, so now you have to be careful? Or are you young and you just carefree about it? I mean, you have to be in touch with who you are and your
right.
body.
What stage of life are you at? Are you worried
Right,
about your blood pressure? Are you worried about your sugars? Are you worried about your calorie intake? Are you maybe young and just free of or are you able just to put in a little physical activity and enjoy it and burn it off, at the same time?
right.
But I also it's part of knowing what foods are gonna trigger you. Like, if I stick to the foods that are gonna keep me on track with everything else that I'm already doing, I'm safe, right? If I start indulging in on sweets and candies and higher fat foods that are fried and, maybe lathered in something that's gonna trigger me to then take that spiral of now I'm out of control, know what's gonna work well for you.
Yes. Exactly. I could say that's another thing that took a long time to develop. I was just raised with mindless
Mm.
eating. Just get in there and you pile your plate down so you can go on to the next thing.
Yeah, it takes years to learn, right?
Yep. And what we're trying to say is you can start this or teach your kids at a younger age.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
All right, tip number 3, when you're having, office celebrations, don't be afraid to bring in the healthy food that you want to enjoy for yourself.
Oh, yeah, don't get caught like I did last year at the end of the school year. "Okay, we're having buy the food." I'm like, "Okay." I'm thinking, there's a lot of females in this, uh, area here, so oh, no, it was all pizza that I don't like
Oh boy.
because 'cause I'm gluten-free, and it was, like, cherry pie, apple pie. They did have a salad, but they pre-mixed the dressing in it already.
Oh,
So I was like, "I didn't bring anything." But one lady did, and she had her little container of food, and she just quietly ate it, and I thought, "Ooh, that was smart of her."
yeah, don't be afraid that, if it's a catered in lunch where not everybody's bringing in a potluck dish or something, if you know the history of those catered in lunches, if they're not something that's gonna work for you, don't be afraid to bring in your own dish. Have it to the side, and when everybody finally sits down, enjoy yours on the same plate and don't worry about what other people might be thinking or saying. You're gonna do what's best for you.
Yeah, and it's more acceptable because there's so many people who have allergies now.
Yep.
Peanut allergy or have dairy allergies. So, listen, you can make it up excuse. Yeah, I'm allergic to dairy, so I can't eat this.
Or, you can really take that stance and be proud of yourself and
Yep.
just realize that, you know what, that may be what they're offering, but this is what works for me and I'm gonna own it and I'm gonna be proud of it.
Yeah, so what do you bring now, or did you bring for the office holidays?
Uh, Gosh, something healthy, I know, something that
Yeah.
I was willing to eat. Maybe a big fruit bowl. I maybe brought in just a dish that I made myself that was, lower in, fats, so it didn't have a lot of butter in it. I love to cook.
Oh,
So
okay.
whatever I could bring in that was really of a healthy mind that people wouldn't have noticed, but it was just delicious.
Oh, I was big into bringing a cheese plate of something and then have meat also on the side of it,
Well, there you go.
just so I could have something. I wanted to indulge a little bit without going crazy on it.
Right. And I didn't care if the only thing on my plate is what I brought.
Right.
It was okay.
Yep,
That's okay.
exactly. So there are
So,
3 tips for holiday.
yeah, we want to hear from our listeners on how do they manage the food at the office during the holidays.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's some good stories out there. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Take care.